Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy quarantine edition slash no longer quarantine edition slash double vax life slash in Boston at my father's home slash sitting in my sister's room on the floor with this tapestry behind me and don't have a microphone, nor do I have any kind of light. But I did bring my webcam. So what's up to the people? Hopefully we have good enough internet here. Hopefully y'all can see me. Not that good internet or bad internet makes or breaks the show, because we know that I have shitty internet all the time. And here I am. I just wanted to check in with you guys to talk about a couple of different things. Number one, in case you didn't know, I'm home in Boston. I flew home from Maria Menounos' mom's funeral, which was yesterday. It was a very long day. It was a sad day. It was a beautiful day. And I will talk a little bit about that. Also, one of the nice things about being home during this time is that it'll be the first time I've been home for Mother's Day in like a decade. And so obviously that's a hard day for me. So I'll get to spend that day with my family, just kind of talking about that. And then also wanted to touch base for all you people out there like me who come home or live home, or the people that they're surrounded with and are in vastly different situations than all of the people their age that are around them. So we'll kind of talk about all of that today here live at the Roxy. It's going to be a quick show because I've got a lot going on. And I told you guys I usually don't go up on Saturdays anymore, and I have been going up. But because I wasn't able to go up yesterday because of the funeral, I really wanted to make sure I checked in with you guys today. And also would love to get your support because streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer in the super chat as well. Yeah, this trip was a last minute trip, and it is really something. Really, what's the version of a barn burner but for your wallet? A wallet burner. Also, every time I move on the floor, because there's literally a mattress on the floor, I'm sitting on the mattress. Just shakes the whole thing. That's got to be fun for all of you guys. So get in your questions, comments, concerns about anything. If you guys have questions for me, things going on in your life, things that you really wanted to make sure we touched upon, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Otherwise, super chat in, as I would love to hear from you all. Thank you so much for everybody who is here joining us live at the Roxy today. Shout out to Jake Yacovetta, my amazing mod, who's putting in the Streamlabs link, to Haskell 420, to Sean Quinn, Iron Boy Wonder, cool name, Mohammed Belstein, Jonathan Donsel, Brittany Parker, Zeno Hour, John Get Bent, Dr. Krish, Matt Munoz, Haskell, all of you guys, Mark Jason Ali, Kate Van D, Simply Emily. Y'all are the fucking best. How's everybody's weekend going? Happy Mother's Day weekend to those of you guys who are mothers or have mothers. Thank you for those of you guys who've been so respectful and checking in on me this weekend. I know that it is tough. Also, tell me if I'm wrong, happy early birthday to Jake Yacovetta, which I think his birthday is tomorrow. I don't know why I think that. I'm either really right or really wrong. I feel like it's May 9th. I don't know. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Actually, Jake, tell me if I'm wrong. Could be right, could be wrong. Shout out to MJ, Sir Joker 40, BFFS. That's what's up. And then make sure you get in your Streamlabs and your super chats so we can chat about what's going on in y'all's life. For me, oh, Jake says, yeah, it is tomorrow. Look at me. Look at me knowing that shit. Happy early birthday to Jake, our dear Jake. Shout out to Garth McMurray as well. So I flew back on Thursday night, and I did a quick stream before I left, and then I came back here, and then in the morning we woke up, and yesterday was like a 12-hour funeral day. There was a lot of moving parts to it, and one thing I can say that is abundantly clear, I'm so glad I went. Thank goodness I was there. For me, for everybody, just because when you don't show up, it's hard to look in the mirror, and I've told you guys about this before. Not just for funerals, just for things in life, for your closest friends and the people who are really there for you. It's important to show up in life. And it was in Connecticut, so it was quite far, but we went, and I had never been to, because everybody I know who dies is Jewish, and we have such different rituals, traditions. So this is the first time I went to, I guess it was like a wake and a visitation, which is with the body, and you go and you talk to all the family members, and then there's a service, and because they're Greek Orthodox, they talked a lot about the Greek Orthodox things, things that I had never heard of, and Greek Orthodox traditions and Greek Orthodox beliefs, which I knew nothing about. The Greek Orthodox believe in that when your body is gone, you are 100% still here. So what I thought was really beautiful about the ceremony is how they kept talking about how even though Litsa has died, she is not gone, and to not talk about her in past tense, to talk about her as saying things like she is an amazing mom, she is an amazing cook, as opposed to she was an amazing mom, she was an amazing cook, because she's still here, her spirit's still very much alive. And I really like that concept. It's really hard when somebody's physical body is gone to believe that they are still here. And you guys know I'm not religious, but I like that that's what was talked about, and I like that that is the traditions of the Greek Orthodox. So that was interesting. Then after that, there were a lot of stories told by, I think those are priests that are up there. And then there was the burial, and then there was this, I guess in Greek Orthodox, there was like a traditional fish roast. So there's a whole food component of it, and there was definitely like a lot of beauty in celebrating the life of, which was nice. And then we got to hear some speeches and have some conversation. I got to spend a little time with Kevin and Maria, who are like my West Coast family, even though even we're here on the East Coast. So it was a really long, hard day, a lot of emotions and a lot of peaks and valleys. But I will also say there was a lot of very beautiful elements to it, and I'm really glad that I came back. And luckily, my friend Ashley, who you guys know from the Tomorrow Show, Ashley Grace Daniels, was able to pick me up on the way, and that was really lovely and nice of her. And so I got to spend some time with her and some people I hadn't seen in a while, which all of that was really good. So for those of you guys, thank you for asking. Some people DM'd me, or some people tweeted at me, and they were asking about the funeral and the service and all that stuff. And anybody who checked in on me, thank you for doing so. It was definitely a tough one, but I'm grateful for your guys' support as I had to fly back here so quickly. And if you guys have any questions about how the Greek Orthodox did it, or about funerals in general, as I've been to so fucking many, or about what to wear, how to act, or just curiosity questions, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, get that support in. I had questions about like, what should I bring, or what do I wear, or all of that stuff. I've always had questions like that. It can be very challenging, and you want to be respectful of anybody's traditions because everybody is different. So that was yesterday. And then today was truly bizarre, and I'll tell you guys why. I know I've talked a little bit about this in the past, but it was a really strange day today. Great time in terms of, I was so happy I was able to see a lot of my friends and loved ones, and I'll tell you guys exactly what I did. But it was really strange because when I'm in LA, I am on a journey. I'm on like one leg of my journey that's very clear. I'm out there and I am working on my career, and I'm in the entertainment industry, and I'm hustling, and I'm around people who are hustling and just doing that. And when I'm here, I feel like a leper. I'm just so, it's so wild. So I woke up this morning, and my sister had slept over my dad's, which was nice. And then my friend came to pick me up to go visit my other friend. These are my best friends on the planet since I was a little kid. Go to visit one of my other best friends who just had a baby 11 months ago. And I was actually supposed to fly to New York for the birth of her child right after to meet the baby. But then pandemic happened and everything shut down, and I couldn't go. So this was the first time that I was meeting her child, who's 11 months old. And that's kind of a long time to have waited, but because of pandemic, that's what happened. And this person lives in New York, and it just so happened they were here this weekend, which was really lucky, all things considered. And so I don't have a car here or anything, so I'm at everybody's kind of whim. So we go to meet the baby, and and the friend who comes to pick me up is pregnant, and then we're going to see my friend who has a baby. And so it's so interesting because I feel like I don't have anything to contribute. I don't know how to act. I feel like I don't have much to contribute to the conversation, and I'm just so happy for them. And actually, one of my friends watches this show sometimes, so if she's watching this, then she'll know how I'm feeling about the situation, which is fine because I'm honest with everybody. But I don't know how to act in these situations because I'm so happy for everybody, but I just at all costs want to avoid being asked questions about myself because, as you guys know, like, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not engaged. I'm not married. I'm certainly My sister's calling. I'm certainly not pregnant. And so I don't know what to say. And they're all talking about babies and nannies and, proofing their houses and what were the best baby brands and gifts and all that. And I don't know what to contribute. Uh, and then, we went and met up with my other friend, and she's trying right now, and she's married they own a home, and they're looking at upgrading their home. And how many bedrooms do you need for how many kids are you planning on having? And I feel weird because I don't know what to contribute or how or what to say. And I feel bad about myself. Does that make any sense? Like, being around happy people is so lovely. They live these beautiful lives where they are these full lives where they make so much money and they buy these beautiful homes and they have these incredible children and these unbelievable husbands. And I'm so fucking happy for them. They're like my child. They've been through everything with me, and they would do anything for me. But it makes me feel bad about myself because I'm turning 30 and, I'm really trying to like figure out my fucking life. All I've known since I was a little girl is what I wanted to do, which is be a performer. That's what I've known my whole life. But it just makes you feel like different in a way that, and I always talk about how it's great to be different, but it makes me feel bad about myself. I don't know if any of you guys can relate. A few of you guys talking about it in the chat, and I'll look at the Streamlabs too. But let me know if you can relate or if you can't relate or what your guys' thoughts are on this. I'll get to some Streamlabs and then I'll come back into the chat. Apollo 3JP says, love to you and your family. Thank you, Apollo. What's up, Apollo? What are you golfing this weekend? What's on the dock? Garth Harkness McMurray. Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. Well, Garth says, I'm glad you're back here home, even if it's for a solemn occasion. Much love to you and your family, Kevin, Maria, and their family. I hope you get to visit your mom's bench while home. I love the music at most funerals and wakes. Do Greek Orthodox do that? There was no music there, but there was music during the fish portion of it. It was all Greek music, and it was cool, the music part. And there was all these pictures of Litsa that were beautiful pictures, and her with Vin Diesel, and just like, because all the celebrity stuff. It was really cool to see. Let me know, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, how you guys are feeling about this. Maybe it's not relatable, or maybe it is, but I have a feeling a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about, but maybe not. Aaron says this all sounds about 30. Yeah, I'm turning 30 in 2 months, and it's definitely weighing on me, and it's definitely weird feeling for sure. Almost East says, I definitely felt that when I turned 30. It feels like it happens to everyone. Well, everyone who's not in their position, for sure. Demo says, we love you, Roxy. Appreciate that. The Silly says, can't relate too much. Everything is chill in my life, going as I planned. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And I never feel jealousy. I only feel happy for my loved ones because I want them to be doing well. But it is just a strange thing when they're talking about like all the baby brands and all of this stuff, and I don't know what to say. And then they're like, how are you? And I'm like, do I be honest in this moment and just say, not well, depressed and scared? Or do I just not make the conversation awkward and just say like, I'm fine, thanks for asking? What I try to do is I try to pivot off of me as fast as possible, just as fast as possible, so that I don't have to talk about it, and I say like, oh, work's going well. Because like you guys, although like some things are, some things aren't. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. Glenn Caesar says Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them, for killing Breonna Taylor. Hope today is the day. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. # say their names. Absolutely to that. Thank you for the reminder, Glenn. Glenn also says hello and good afternoon, Roxy, and all your nicknames, and sending well wishes and a thank you to you for still taking time to hang out, even though if you didn't Oh, even though if you didn't, we'd get it. Thank you. Love to you, Grammy and Papo. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you and yours. Appreciate you, Glenn. You're awesome, my friend. Thank you for the support. And anybody else has questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Get them in. Appreciate you. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. So it was just interesting. And then like it's it, it's wild because like tonight I want to go out and grab drinks with my friends, which is something I feel like is very normal for when I come home, but they all have babies or are pregnant. So that's not what they do. It's not where they're at in life. And then, because if you have kids, you would need to get a sitter, which you would have need to have already done. If you're pregnant, you can't really go do that. So that's interesting. And so instead, we met up for like a lunchtime at where we ordered in and went to one of their houses, or just like go on a walk kind of thing, which is all nice. But it is, I just don't even know what to say. Like, they don't know what YouTube is. Most of them have never seen an episode of my show. They don't know anything about my life. They don't know, not that they don't know anything about my life. They're all amazing. They ask me, they want to know. But they're not in the space. So they don't know, like when I'm talking about like nerd stuff or whatever, they don't even know what to ask. So I don't even know what to say. And then I want to ask them so many questions, but I don't even know the right questions either because I don't know it's different worlds. It's so different worlds. So it's just been bizarre to navigate, truly bizarre. Can you relate? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let me know what you guys are thinking. As I'm probably going to be here for about 10 more minutes before I leave you guys to figure out what the rest of my night looks like. It's also on top of all of this, it is Mother's Day weekend, which I know is a difficult time for many of us. It's a great time for others of us. It was really cute as I was just at my friend's. One of my best girlfriends, the one who's pregnant, I set her up with her husband. So, and then he came home with a present for her, and we were like, "What's this for?" And he had gotten it for her as an early Mother's Day present, even though she is just pregnant and has no kids yet. He was like, "You're carrying my child," and it was this really cute thing, and I was just like, wow, you guys, I'm so lucky that all of my friends are in these beautiful, healthy, happy relationships. Like, I really genuinely love, these are my girlfriends. I have obviously guy friends who have partners too, but the ones I saw today are my girlfriends. I'm like, I really love every one of my girlfriends' husbands, which is so rare. I feel like usually there's the one that you wouldn't want to spend time with, but like, I love my girlfriend's husbands. They all picked such amazing, genuine partners, and they have such beautiful 50-50 relationships. And I see that and I'm like, that's what makes it so interesting. I was like, I want that 50-50 partnership where all of them work, they all have jobs, all of them cook 50% of the time or clean 50%, it's all like 50-50, real beautiful. And that's not what all relationships are, but they all have those, and it's just really, really nice to see. Sir Joker40 in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, love to you, sissy. Don't feel bad. You are walking your own path, and there's no timetable on that. You have to always big yourself up no matter what. You're a diamond just like they are. You'll just sparkle different. You're an anomaly, second to none. I appreciate you. Yeah. I don't know, though. Do you get what I'm saying, Sir Joker? Where I know you're different because at this point you were in a relationship and having kids, and you were doing all those things. So it's hard when you don't get it to know what it's really like. It's just strange to be the odd man out in a lot of these things. It just makes you feel like, wow, this is fucking bizarre. And then like in LA, I have a lot of girlfriends who are my age and are single, and we all kind of talk about like how weird is it when you go back home that everybody's kind of just like living this different life. It's different life. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, smash cancer all day, every day, even though the trip wasn't planned or a positive thing. Glad you're with family and friends. Hope it is love and laughter filled as much as possible because Roxy's Best Roxy #1. Yeah, happy Roxy days. Really is. I always love coming home. It's so nice to be here. My dad takes such great care of me and like asks what I want from the grocery store, and seeing my brother is so nice, and my sister, and Even, like my sister and I like slept in the same bed last night and like cuddled and watched 90 Day Fiance and shit like that. It's just like fucking awesome, which is really, really nice. And then, just coming home is always going to be great for me because I have such a beautiful home and such incredible friends back here who stood by me through everything. I mean, I've told you guys some stories about my past, but I was not always the person I am today. I had definitely a muddy past of some really not cute choices and was going through some really hard times, and they all stood by me, and they're my friends for life. So that will always be the case. But it is weird. It's weird, the place that we are in. And I think a lot of you guys know what I mean. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Let me know how you guys are feeling, as I am going to get out of here in the next few minutes and would love to hear from you guys. What do you have planned this weekend? What is on the dock for tomorrow? I'm definitely going to try to stream tomorrow for Mother's Day, probably early, but we'll see. I can't promise the time. And definitely my brother, my dad, my sister, and I are going to go over to the cemetery and, reminisce about my mom and stuff. What are you guys doing? Does anybody have good plans? I love going through my timeline on Mother's Day and seeing people say nice things about their mom or be caring to their moms, because it's so nice when people appreciate what they have. So don't forget to call your mom if she is around and say Happy Mother's Day. It always, always matters. And then I think I'm going to fly home because I got to get back. I got places to go, people to see. Things in LA are kind of opening up. Screenings are starting to open up. I got the invite for Quiet Place 2, that's wild that they're going to be doing press screenings, which means that kind of things are opening back up. Then there's also going to be more studio in-person visits. I was supposed to last Friday do Josh McCouga's thing, but because I flew here, I had to cancel on him, which I felt really bad about. But, studios and things were all double vaxxed, and that's been cool too, being back here. All my friends are double vaxxed. My grandma who lives here, I got to hug her yesterday, which was so nice. And when I hugged her, she said she hadn't been hugged by somebody in a year and a half or a year and a couple months, since since March. Wild. These are all things that we're all reacclimating to and all going through. It's going to just continue to be this insane in the membrane thing. Really, really, as we all try to navigate this. And then I have some friends here who I haven't seen, but who have told me that they haven't gotten vaccinated yet and that they're going to, but they just haven't gotten around to it. And I'm like, wow, that's so weird. My friends in LA just seriously prioritize this. And they're kind of like, oh yeah, when I have my next doctor's appointment, we're going to do it when I get there. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like such a casual way of looking at it. It's like, I wish y'all would go a little quicker, but teach their own. My hands, my body. By the way, the difference between my body, my choice. I wanted to tweet this, but I was like, this isn't nuanced enough because I was fighting with people. I saw this really great movie called Unpregnant. I was tweeting about it. In case you guys didn't see, there's this movie called Unpregnant. It's really good. It's with that girl from Euphoria and another girl I recognize. It's a road trip movie about two girls who go on a road trip to get an abortion because the state they're in won't allow them to get an abortion when you're under 18. And it's a witty, funny, quick movie that was just really well done. And when I was looking on Rotten Tomatoes, it had a 90-something on the tomato meter, but it had like a 10 on the audience score. I was like, what the fuck happened here? I tweeted about that, and then everyone was like, oh, it got review bombed because of anti-abortion people. And I was like, oh, no. So I watched it anyway. This is on the JetBlue flight. And it was excellent. I was so into it. And then I started tweeting about how it was so good, and people were review bombing it are fucked. And then people were having, pro-choice, pro-life debates in my comments, and I was just like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And they were saying, what's the difference between this and vaccinations? If you think it's my body, my choice, then you should think that for vaccination too. And I was starting to tweet back, and then I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to explain this in fucking 140 characters. But here's the thing. I don't believe that the government should be able to force anybody to get vaccinations. I don't believe that. That should be a government, a country mandated law. Different for jobs and different for depending on what you're doing. But the difference, so I don't believe that. However, the difference between my body, my choice when it comes to abortion and vaccinations is that if I got pregnant and I had an abortion, scientifically speaking, number one, the only person in that equation is me, my body, because the cells are not even a person yet. And also, me having an abortion does not make anybody else around me sick. Does not get anybody else. Nobody else could die from that. As opposed to vaccinations, where if you don't get vaxxed, you are a carrier of a disease that could kill anybody you come in contact with. So, as much as I don't think that people should legally be obligated to get the vaccination in order to be a citizen of a country, I still am like, this does not relate. Everybody who always on the internet tries to relate, yeah, but if you believe in a woman's right to choose, don't you believe in everybody's right to? First of all, I do believe in everybody's right to make decisions over their own lives, but the two things are not fucking comparable. It's so stupid when people try to compare things that are not comparable. It makes you sound like you don't have a grip on the argument in the fucking first place. So I think this shit all the time. It doesn't make any sense. Get in your last minute Streamlabs. What do you think about that? What do you think about anything we talked about today? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. D-Train says, I'm really happy. We are slowly going back to normal, but not only is normalcy coming back, my old drinking habits is starting to come back with a vengeance. I blacked out 2 times already this week. I need all the positive vibes I need right now. D-Train, slow down, you're moving too fast. I mean, that is something in your control. And if you need to, whether it's get to a meeting or whatever you have to do, because we don't want to, as I've talked about this before, be a double loser. It's already going to be hard enough coming back during this time. You got to do everything you can to nip your bad habits in the bud, because this time is going to be tough enough as it is. Tough enough as it is. So hopefully you can, whether it's talk to somebody, a therapist, go into a group, AA, whatever it is, do what you have to do. Pick up a healthy habit instead. Rooting for you, rooting for all of you guys through this very challenging time. And I am going to get out of here. Wow, guys, I'm loving all of you guys, and I love your support, but holy shit, this month and last month have been like, whoa, wowzers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I appreciate you all being here. And thank you for those of you guys who joined me. Make sure you thumbs up this video, 5-star, leave a comment, all that great stuff. I will definitely be here at some point for Mother's Day. And tomorrow night, we are doing a World Girl Sunday where we are talking about the best TV and movie moms. So definitely come out for that one too. Much love to all of you guys. Hopefully you made your bed already today. Put down the toilet seat and lid. You don't want those flumes. Y'all already know. Don't trend with the Holocaust. Brett, Miles, Jonathan, the rest of the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all 3 of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Check on the internet. Make sure you blow on it. It's mad important. Shout out to all of you guys who joined me today. Bryce Ratliff, Sean Quinn, Scott Welsh, Jeremy King, Garth Murray, Almo Cease, Redford Reddington, Jake Yacovetta, John Get Bent, Damith ASAP, Brittany Parker, Stefan Zubel, Sir Joker, Jeff Aaron, Redford Reddington, Jason Freeman, Lemmy Kilmister, James Bilinski, Lloyd Nance, MJ, Vasilis N. Y'all are the best. Demo Katabe, Mohammed Belsin, George Pruitt, Acer 5000, Pink Sweets, B. Lee, Hey to Millie, whose name I always fuck up. You guys are all incredible. Wanted to just give some shout outs at the end there. I think another Streamlabs coming through as we speak. Yes, 2 more Streamlabs coming through. Thank you guys. Sir Joker 40 says, I hear you BFFR, and it will come to you the life you want because you are amazing and a wonderful queen. Thank you, dear. I don't think you recognize how kick-ass you are because it's your life. Turn that feeling into fuel. What is meant to be will be an anomaly. Thanks, Sir Joker. Christian Hardesty says, love you, Rocks. Oh, thank you for that support, Christian. I really appreciate you. Much love to every single one of you guys. You guys are freaking great. Thank you for being here. Stay safe, stay sane. Happy Mother's Day, or at least I'm here this Mother's Day. I feel you guys. It can be a tough one, or it can be a great one. No matter what, you got the rock stars. Much love, and I'll see you guys tomorrow live at the Roxy.